Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. At this channel, we work with the energy of the moon. But today, because we're doing the monthlies, we're going to work with all the personal planets. The Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the Earth, and yes, the Moon. And yes, the Moon. Okay, so I do want to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. You help me grow my channel. I'm going to ask you, though, to do a little energy exchange with me. I spend 25 to 30 hours a week on these videos. I put out 24 videos a week. It's crazy. And so all I'm asking is that right now you take a second and give me a thumbs up before we get started. And I was sitting here trying to get into your energy. And what happened was it was like this wave of tension. It started in the throat, but it was like a wave because after it passed, then this cleared. And then it started working its way up through, and it got really tense around my face, which hurt, by the way, my mouth. And then it moved on up. It was just all this tension and through the shoulder area. And I thought, what's going on? And then I saw it was like this path. It was like a dirt path, but it was going up a hill. I don't think it was a mountain, or if it was, you're nearing the top. But I feel like you were really like pushing, trying to get to the top of this large hill or mountain, whatever it was. There was light coming up over the horizon, and so I feel like you're getting near the end of something, but I don't think it's been easy. It seemed really hard. So, like you've had to work really hard to get there. So let's see what Spirit wants to talk about today while we're waiting on Spirit. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Nice. Very nice. You're going to like this. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. You're going to like this. All right, so the first card that came out was the Six of Wands. You are going to be victorious. Month of May is looking really stellar right now. It's going to be, and I think it might have to do with some kind of a choice or a major decision that affected you or your loved ones, or it's a love decision, but the card that was coming out behind it is the Major Arcana 6. So we have two sixes here. This is about community of the soul. So this is soulmate kind of community, soulmate work. So we have the Lover's card here, which is beautiful. So it's either victory in a love relationship or victory in a situation that affects the people that you love. It's making a choice, and it turned out to be the right one. Congratulations. That's always good news. That's great news, actually. And so the sun starts out this month in Taurus. From April 20th to May 20th, it's in Taurus, and then on right after midnight on the morning of the 21st of May, it moves into Gemini. And so that for you, Sagittarius, is your sixth house. Oh, it's your sixth house. Another six. And this looks like a little house situation here. So your sixth house is balance. It's day-to-day activities. It's work life. It's physical health. Routines, it's the busyness of life, and finding a way to balance it between getting done what you need to get done, taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, and taking care of your health, and taking care of what you need to do for work, and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like all this stuff, and can you keep it in balance? And we just had that full moon in Libra, which is about relationship balance. And then when it moves into Gemini, that is your house of intimate partnerships. And so I do feel like this is you working on a way to create balance in your relationship with your life and partnerships. But oh, look at this. Beautiful. So you have simplicity. Deep, profound serenity is expanding in my life. This is an affirmation. I'm going to say it again. I really recommend that when you listen to any readers, if there's anything they say, you should jot it down that resonates for you. And then you can journal on it later. You can think on it later. And these affirmations are really great for the whole month. And there'll be another one at the end or two because Spirit seems to be chatty. But if none of this is resonating, be sure to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. You might find your messages in another video. But here it says, deep, profound serenity is expanding in my life. And so this is about getting out there and simplifying things, finding that balance, letting go of the things that you don't need to be carrying that makes it easy for you to maintain the balance. See how there's like 3 wands on one side and 3 wands on the other side? It's balance. We have the shadow and the light. It's balance. It's balance in your day-to-day life and your day-to-day activities. And the balance is between what I have to do for work and running this stuff and how I'm finding the joy, right? It's the balance, because the other card you have is delight. And another affirmation: I delight in everything in my world and divine joy fills me. I delight in everything in my world and divine joy fills me. Those are beautiful cards. Really, they are. Really great way to start this. All right. So, simplicity and delight. Mercury is currently in Aries. It went direct, oh thank God, on April 17th. And now it picks up speed. Now that it's out of the shadow and it's direct, it is clipping along. So 2 weeks after it gets into Aries, it moves into Taurus on May 6th. And that would be your house of partnerships. And then it zooms on May 21st into Gemini, your house of transformation. And so Mercury is speed, and it's communication, and it's getting things done. And so victory looks pretty assured. I think that, you know, things that you need to fall into place are going to fall into place. And I don't think it was easy. But again, Mercury is asking you to discern what is important and what you need to let go of. You have discernment. Not everything needs your time and attention. So sorting out what does and what doesn't. Simplify your life. It says, all is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing and keep your dreams a secret. Ooh. Keep your dreams a secret. So simplify your life. Not everybody needs to know everything that's going on with you. Interesting. I think it's also about discerning what is important to carry forward. That feels much more important to me than the secret part, but maybe that's true for you. And so if it is, then, you know, there's your advice. And so then we have Venus. Now, Venus and Mars, I kind of want to talk about together, because Venus is currently in Aries, which is a fire sign. And then on May 15th, she moves into Taurus, which is an earth sign. And Mars is currently in Gemini, which is an air sign. And air and fire communicate really well together. One feeds the other. And so Venus is about your sense of self-worth, self-esteem, what you value, your money, your finances, and balance, relationship balance. And so what do you desire? And then Mars is about getting it done. And so they're communicating really well at the first part of the month. And then on May 15th, Venus moves into Taurus, which is an earth sign, and Mars on the same day moves into Cancer, which is a water sign, and that communication between earth and water is equally great. And so the whole month, what you want to create, the action steps at the beginning of the month is, you know, moving forward, getting things done, and then the emotional satisfaction of it comes in at the second part of the month, and there's this great communication between these two planets, between what you desire and creating it. And so take advantage of it if you can. Take time for yourself. Again, it's that balance, finding that balance. You have the tulip. Enjoy relaxation activities and nurture your soul. So if you've been really pushing it hard, Sagittarius, it looks like you need to simplify. It looks like you need to decide what's important and what's not. Take some time and space for yourself. Create. Look, there's space in between this. Like if work's on one side and family's on the other side, this is you in the middle right here with that space for yourself. Keeping everything in balance, keeping yourself balanced. Delighting in being out in the outdoors and going for walks and I don't know. What makes you feel happy? Is it going for a run? I mean, that if that's what relaxes you, because I find with fire signs that just sitting is not that relaxing. Like active motion works better. That's why I say going for a walk, going for a run, going for a bike ride, something that's active and yet relaxing for you at the same time. But here again, you're being asked by Mars to make sure that you're creating some space for yourself to sit and think, to allow the transformation to happen for you. There is some kind of a transformation that's going to come about when it gets into Gemini. And so, when Mars gets into Cancer. And so here, the second half of the month, this transformation, allow it to happen. And in order to do that is you're going to need to create space. You're going to need to simplify. You need to bring joy back into your life, make some room for yourself, decide what's really important, and let the other stuff go. We just had this full moon in Libra, which is all about releasing things that don't allow you to have relationship balance. And so hopefully you are still working on that. I mean, you have 2 to 4 weeks to continue that work. So we have you have until 2 weeks for sure until the new moon. So see what you can get done. See what you can discern out that you need to release. And let's see what Mother Earth wants to offer. Now these cards, they like called to me, and I had to go looking for them. Like, do I have those? Like, it's and so I went and I found them. So I don't actually remember what they say, but I want to give a shout out to my sister who is a Sagittarius, because you have Hazel. We played a trivia contest this week, and the only thing we couldn't answer was the hazelnut question. Did you know that hazelnuts are called filberts because they tend to ripen on St. Filbert's Day? I did not know that. But we still won, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so Hazel. Be aware of dissipating your energy by becoming caught up in an idea and situations that have nothing to do with you. Decide where your mental and emotional boundaries lie, particularly when dealing with other people. And so, again, this is discerning what is important and what to keep and what to release, who to tell what, where are the boundaries, where's the space for yourself. Spirit's really hitting you in the head with that. And then you have sugar maple. You have sugar maple. So in the southern hemisphere, this is a beautiful time of year. I don't know if you have maple trees down there, but here in the northern hemisphere, the sugar maples are just so beautiful. Those are the red, orange, and yellow leaves that we get that look just so gorgeous in those fall pictures. Okay, it says, are you getting stuck in a rut in some area of your life? If so, do your best to become more versatile and flexible in your ideas and attitudes. Learn to embrace change wholeheartedly, even if you do not know where it will lead to. And so the change, the discernment, that 8th house of transformation. The 8th house of transformation. So set your boundaries, create space for yourself, allow time for this transformation. I don't know if you can see it, but there's butterflies in here, which definitely, to me, depict transformation of a more physical nature. When butterflies go into the cocoon, they become like mush. Like all their cells break down and it becomes gooey, and they totally reconfigure into something new that becomes the butterfly. It isn't like while they're in the cocoon, you know, they just peel open and the wings are inside. It's not like that at all. It's like they become like a mushy stew of DNA, and then they reconfigure and reform, and that's when the butterfly comes out. Really impressive. And so it's a physical transformation. When I see dragonflies, that's more of a spiritual transformation. But with all this activity going on in your 6th house of day-to-day activities and work and life, and then your relationship aspect, and so I believe the transformation that is looking to happen right now is you transforming some actual physical area of your life. Either your health routine, your mental health routine, your physical health routine, something you're carrying you're expecting too much of yourself and not giving yourself enough private time and space. You're letting other people, maybe not other people necessarily, but you're letting your life run you instead of running your life. And so when you're sitting down at the end of the week and you're planning your next week, and I don't know if you do that, but I try to do that. That would be the Capricorn in me. First thing I write out is, okay, actually the first thing I write out is where I have to work. That is the first thing, I'll be honest. But then the next thing I write in is I fill in what I'm going to do for myself. And then what other people need or want from me, I fill in around that. Now, the Cancer in me sometimes allows me to change that on the fly if something comes up, but when I am designing my schedule, I do that with that in mind because it's really important. And it's important not just for me, it's important for everyone. And so we have a new moon that happens on May 4th. It's in Taurus. And so again, for you, that'll be in your 6th house of day-to-day activities. So a really good time to sit down and write some commitments out to yourself about what you want to do to create this balance, because by the time the transformation comes at the end of May, you will be well underway with that. And then there's a full moon in Scorpio, which is in your 12th house of hopes, goals, and dreams. And that happens on May 18th. And so what are you letting go of to create more space for yourself? And so this entire month, though, the overall energy for you and advice from the moon is adjustments are required. And look, if you look at that moon, I know it's 3/4, but there's the light and the dark, which kind of really looks to me like the light and the dark appear. Like there's a definite space here. So it's really important that you're carving out this time for yourself. It's really important that you're creating space in your life for you. You are important. You are very important. And if you don't place an importance on yourself, no one else is going to. You need to tell the world, I'm important, by deciding that you're important and placing yourself first. If you don't do it, no one else recognizes it as a thing. So you have to do that for yourself. Let's get you one more. Oh, geez. Okay. Two more affirmations. It's really interesting, too, because you have, you have Ruby and Fuchsite, attract romance, filled with divine love, I have a healthy sex life. There's doing something for yourself. Hey, if that's, what you do that's active and good for yourself, I'm a fan of that. Okay, so I attract romance filled with divine love. I have a healthy sex life. Increase your passion for life and in relationships. Attract spirituality, align romance, love, and your soulmate. And we have a lot of stuff going on in your 7th house of partnerships. So, hey, maybe that's how you get busy. And then, of course, I'm not surprised to see this, the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is about loving yourself. And the affirmation to use for this one is, it is easy for me to maintain overall well-being with conscious habits of health. And I think this is all about that work-life balance and finding routine and time for yourself to get out there and spend time doing what you need to do to take care of your own health. It says maintain a healthy heart, improve beliefs about good health, overall well-being, increase healthy outlook on all levels, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It's creating space for yourself. It's green aventurine, and it is easy for me to maintain overall well-being with conscious habits of health. And I think for you, this is conscious habits of health in understanding that you're important and placing yourself first. Placing yourself first in your life. If you don't do it, no one's going to do it. All right, Sagittarius, I will see you back here for the full moon and the new moon and for the weeklies. Take care of yourself. Create some space. Create some space.